It's almost time for word time!
Woo!
Word time's starting soon, guys! Word time! It's almost time for word time! It's almost time for word time! Allie, are you ready for word time? I'm ready for word time. Are you ready for word time? Are you ready to learn about how Jesus is your solid ground? Who's excited for word time? I am! Two minutes till word time starts. Find a spot to sit and join us soon. One minute to word time. 1 minute. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Word time! Hey everyone, and welcome back to Word Time today. I sure missed you guys, and I can't wait to see you again sometime soon. But for now, I'm really excited about these videos that we get to do together. So right now in Word Time, we're in a series. Do you remember what it is? Our series is called Solid Ground, and we're learning about how Jesus is our solid ground. The very first Bible story we did this series was about two builders who each built a house. And one built it on solid ground, and one built it on sandy ground. So I tried building a house today. This is my Lego house, my Lego tower. And right now it's sitting on sand right here, some sandy, unstable ground. And if storms came and scary stuff came and shook this tower, it collapsed and fell down. This tower broke apart and collapsed in the sand because it was built on unstable sand. But if I tried to build my tower on something stronger, let's say this is like our solid ground, our solid rock, our solid ground, and I rebuilt my tower on solid ground and I got rid of the sand. Now my tower's on solid ground, and if I shook it, the sand moves around, but the tower stands firm. Let's see if I shake it again. Because my tower is built on solid ground, it can stand firm. And we believe that the solid ground we stand on is Jesus. Jesus is our solid ground. And when everything else feels different and everything else feels like it's shaking and we don't know what's going on, Jesus is our solid ground always. We have a pretty cool theme verse that goes along with this series. And that theme verse comes from Psalm chapter 40, verse 2. Let's sing it together. Ready? Get your guitars. It goes like this. He lifted me out of despair, bow, bow, and set my feet on solid ground, bow, now, now. My steps are secure, my steps are secure. Psalm chapter 40, verse 2. He lifted us out of despair and set our feet on solid ground, and our steps are secure. Let's sing one more song about Jesus being our superhero.
He's the one who makes the sun shine. He's the one who puts the moon in the sky. He's the one who hung the stars one by one.
everybody. Jesus is your superhero and your solid ground. Hey everybody, right now we're going to review today's stepping stone, and today's stepping stone is just for the second graders. So especially if you're a second grader, tune in right now, but everybody else, you can practice with us too. With second grade at Trinity, we practice the 10 Commandments, so let's practice those today. 10 Commandments, here's 10. It goes like this. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. Commandment 2, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Commandment number 3, remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Commandment number 4, honor your father and your mother. Commandment number 5, you shall not murder. Commandment number 6, you shall not commit adultery. Commandment number 7, you shall not steal. Commandment number 8, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Commandment number 9, you shall not covet your neighbor's house. And commandment number 10, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife or his servant, his ox, his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Those are the 10 Commandments. You can find the 10 Commandments online at trinitysanpedro.org/wordtime. Today we're learning about a Bible story called The Prodigal Son. The word prodigal means being reckless and spending money in useless ways. We learn this story in the Bible in Luke chapter 15. A long time ago, there was a son and his dad. They lived together and they had everything they needed. But in our story today, the son became restless and angry. One day, he thought to himself,
Maybe if I didn't have my dad around telling me what's good for me all the time, I'd be happier. He's splitting all my fun. Does my dad even want me to be happy? Does my dad even love me?
The dad had never given his son any reason to doubt that he loved him, but still, the son wondered. So one day, the son went up to his dad and said,
Dad, I'm better off without you. I can look after myself. Just give me a share of your money.
I'll miss you, my son, but I won't force you to stay. Here's the money you want.
The father was very sad, and the son left on a long journey far away.
Finally, I'm free from my annoyed family, and I can live now and do what I want. I can go wherever I want and do whatever I want and be whoever I want to be. I am the boss.
And everything was wonderful and perfect for the son for a little while. Sometimes he got a little homesick and felt a little emptiness in his heart, but then he just ate some good food and bought some new fancy clothes or went to a new fancy party to make himself feel better. But soon...
Oh no! I'm out of money. I'm out of food. I'm done for.
He tried to ask his friends for help.
Will you help me?
Nah.
But he didn't have any real friends to help him. It felt like no one cared.
I have nothing. I have no food, no friends. I have to get a job. I'll do anything.
And so, the son ended up getting the only job he could find, feeding pigs.
I'm so hungry. Even this piggy food looks like something to eat. I guess this is what I deserve.
Wank, wank, wank.
Pig food for me.
He was miserable and hungry and desperate. But finally, one day he realized,
What am I doing?
he spit the food right out of his mouth.
My father's rich, and here I am eating pig food. My father's servants are treated better than this. I'm going back to my dad.
He finally started leaving for home, but the whole way, he was really worried.
I've been such a bad son. I bet my dad won't want me back as a son anymore. I need to practice my big sorry speech.
The son was nervous to see his dad again and practiced saying sorry over and over and over. But what the son didn't know is that every day since he left, his dad had been standing on his porch, straining his eyes, looking off into the distance, waiting for his son to come home. He just couldn't stop loving him. He longed to see his boy. He couldn't be happy until he had him back.
Oh, where are you, my son? I miss you.
Finally, one day, the dad finally saw his son a long way off.
My son!
What would the dad do? Would he be angry? Would he yell and shout? Would he still love his son?
I love you.
The dad was overjoyed. Before the son could even start his sorry speech, his dad gave him a hug so big they almost fell over.
Dad, I'm so
Son, I love you.
You aren't angry?
No, my son. I'm just happy to have you home. I know you won't be perfect. I just want you with me. Everyone, let's have a party. My son is home. He ran away. I lost him, but now I have him back.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, son, forever and ever.
Hooray! Let's clap for our story today. Yay! Jesus told this story to show people what God was like. God's like the dad who couldn't stop loving his son. And all of us people are like the son who said, does my dad even want me to be happy? We do things wrong and we sin, just like the boy in the story. We mess up and we run from Jesus, who loves us, just like the boy in the story ran from his loving father. But Jesus tells us this story to remind us that no matter how far we run, no matter how much we sin, no matter how lost we get, we are never too far. We are never too far for God to find us. And that leads us to our big idea for today. Our big idea, do a drum roll with me. Drum roll. Even when we mess up, Jesus is our solid ground. This whole series we've been talking about how Jesus is always solid and never changes and never goes away. And today we're focusing on even when we mess up, Jesus is our solid ground. Say that with me one more time. Here we go. Even when we mess up, Jesus is our solid ground. Great job, everybody. Let's sing our theme verse one more time. He lifted me out of despair and set my feet on solid ground. My steps are secure. From Psalm 40, verse 2. Let's sing our theme song. We want to hear you really loudly. He lifted me out of despair, brown, brown, and set my feet on solid ground, brown, now, now. My steps are secure, my steps are secure. Psalm chapter 40, verse 2. Can we do it one more time?
Yes, we can.
Let's do it. Psalm chapter 40, verse 2. Here we go. He lifted me out of despair, bow, bow, and set my feet on solid ground, bow, now, now. My steps are secure, my steps are secure. Psalm chapter 40, verse 2. All right, great job, everybody. High five, puppet. Awesome. Woo. Remember that even when you mess up, even when we sin, no matter what, even when we sin, Jesus is our solid ground. Thanks for joining us for Word Time today. Your next step is to go to trinitysanpedro.org/wordtime and click on today's date, April 2nd. There you'll find some questions to go over with your family about our Bible story today and an activity you get to do together. Have lots of fun, and you guys have a great day. See you soon.